You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. The accused United Healthcare CEO killer is being held without bail. Luigi Mangione pleaded not guilty after arriving at MacArthur Airport this afternoon. The 26-year-old was taken from Ronkonkoma to downtown Manhattan by an NYPD helicopter for arraignment. Now, this comes after Mangione waived his extradition from Pennsylvania, where he was arrested 10 days ago at a McDonald's. Mangione is accused of killing 50-year-old Brian Thompson outside of a Midtown hotel. And only in Newsday, an off-duty Suffolk cop who severely injured a toddler in a car crash is now back on the job. Andrew Anger has a story.
It's disappointing. There's really no other way to talk around it. It's disappointing and it's unfortunate.
That's Kevin Kavoris after learning the Suffolk police officer who critically injured his son Reardon was back on the job. Newsday obtained documents showing an arbiter ruled David Mascarella could go back to work.
When I see Reardon struggling, it's not fair that the person facing consequences is the person who did nothing wrong.
This is the intersection in St. James along Middle Country Road where the accident happened back in 2020. And as a part of Newsday's investigation into the arbiter's report, we've learned that Mascarella's pickup was going 61 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour over the posted limit just before he hit the car that Reardon's father was driving. As a result, the then 2-year-old Reardon was put in a medically induced coma as a doctor repaired the jigsaw puzzle-like skull fractures. Years later, Reardon is still struggling to overcome the injuries. Suffolk County Police Internal Affairs wanted Mascarella to be fired. The county argued he made no attempt to render aid or call for help, but instead called his union delegate. But an independent arbiter, not the police, had the final say on the discipline. He found in October 2023 insufficient evidence to justify termination. Mascarella is currently on desk duty and will earn approximately $175,000 this year. Newsday investigative reporter Paul LaRocco says Suffolk County records also show Mascarella had 4 plastic water bottles in the center console of his truck that contained alcohol.
The department tried to use that as one of the pieces of evidence to fire him, but the arbitrator said there was no evidence that he was drinking from those bottles that day.
In a statement, Mascarella's lawyer, William Petrillo, says, on that day, he properly pulled over and remained at the scene for almost 2 hours. Dave has an exemplary record for 20 years and remains an asset to the SCPD.
I think there's positions of public trust, and he doesn't have that. There's no reason to trust him at this point, and taxpayer dollars should not be spent in that way. We celebrate every single milestone because everyone means so much where he came from, but also we don't know when we'll stop celebrating.
Andrew Enger, Newsday TV.
Now, to read more about this story, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. And Nassau officials are asking the feds to help fight unauthorized drone activity. Bruce Blakeman says the county has state-of-the-art technology to track drones, but not to ticket operators or take drones down.
The technology is there to jam it and send it back to its home base. And we want that. We also want federal legislation that would allow us to issue a federal summons in the event that someone was violating the law.
Now, Blakeman says drone hobbyists should not be worried, and the county is more concerned over unauthorized drone use. And arguments began in court today to stop an emergency evacuation at Long Island's second largest nursing home. The New York Attorney General wants a restraining order to stop the Cold Spring Hills Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation from starting an evacuation. The Woodbury facility was planning to release its 300-plus residents because it could no longer afford to pay its staff. Arguments will resume in court tomorrow. And Trader Joe's will be expanding on Long Island. The grocery store plans to open a new location in Miller Place. It will be next to the Walgreens on Route 25A. Construction is expected to start early next year. And the gridiron greats of high school football have been named to the all Long Island teams. Krista Kelman spoke to them in a story you'll see only in Newsday.
It's just an honor to be a part of these great group of guys, great players, and even better kids off the field.
Long Island's top football players are here at Newsday Studios for a special presentation as they are named to the first and second all Long Island teams.
The work that I put in, it really correlated to what I've shown on the field, so I'm just very blessed to be in this position that I am.
For St. Anthony's quarterback Gary Merrill, his hard work was rewarded with Newsday's 5th annual Rich Reichert Award, given to Long Island's best player in the Catholic League.
I've always dreamed of winning awards like this, and it just means a lot. All my hard work, practices, trainings, it really came together.
New York Giants safety and former Newfield star Elijah Riley also spoke to the players about his journey from LI to the NFL.
There were guys who did it before me, and I would have liked to learn more from them. I know what it's like to be a young guy who wants to go somewhere and has no clue how to get there.
It inspires me because it shows that my dreams are realistic, and people from the same position as me did the same exact thing that I want to do. So I want to play in the NFL and inspire younger kids to do what I do.
Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
What a great bunch of athletes. To read more about the top fall high school athletes, go to Newsday.com, click Get More, below the Newsday TV video box. All right, here's what's up on Long Island. Check out the Girl Scouts Holiday Light Show. The festive walkthrough show is Friday and Saturday night in Bayport. Or the Dinosaur Carnival has everything from balloon dinos to dinosaur-themed games. It's Sunday through Tuesday at the Center for Science, Teaching, and Learning in Rockville Center. Or head over to the Winter Wonderland at Water Drinker. The festival features a Christmas village, barnyard animals, and of course, Santa. It's Friday through Sunday in Manorville. Now for admission info and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Now let's take a look at your wet and perhaps a little snowy Long Island weather. Check it out. I'll show you in a second what I mean. But tonight you can see that we are in the 30s with clouds overhead tonight. And tomorrow, we have some rain in the evening, temps near 40. So you can see clouds pretty much all day tomorrow. Rain moves in around 3, but it might clear out by later at night. And as for that snowy stuff, it might be coming on Saturday, which is appropriate for the winter solstice. But next week, we look dry. Temps are pretty mild.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC. An off-duty cop refused a sobriety test after a car crash that seriously injured a 2-year-old child. Why was he allowed to return to duty? Back on the Job, a Newsday investigation, now available at Newsday.com.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us.